Okay, this is some homework help. And what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to do letter B, and you will do the next one on page 40, letter C. But a lot of our work for the next month or two is going to be kind of like this. It's going to be um, looking to find errors in our work and making sure we avoid them. And there's a challenge with that because there's a particular process that you have to go through every time you are looking for errors. And that process is this. It's comparing the bass against the tenor, the bass against the alto, and the bass against the soprano. Then the tenor against the alto, and then the tenor against the soprano, then the alto against the soprano. And your head is spinning, I bet, right now, trying to think about that. But here's the list of errors we have, okay? Parallel octaves, parallel fifths, direct fifths, consecutive fifths per country, and a spacing error. And we are going to find these errors. Are you ready? Here we go. Bass and tenor on a B together, that's considered an octave unison, but unison is an octave, and they go to a third. That's a problem. Another third, that's not a problem. Excuse me. An octave, a unison, is not a problem in itself. It goes to a third, that's fine. It goes to another third, that's fine. It goes to another third, that's fine. Parallel thirds are fine. It goes to a fifth, that's fine. Now, if it goes to another fifth, that's a problem. A fifth, that's a third, that's a third, that's a third, that's an octave. So it's not great voice leading, but parallel thirds are not an issue. Now, the bass against the alto. Well, here's a B, here's a D, that's a third. It moves to an octave. Okay, that's okay. You can do that. An octave going to a fifth, from G to a D. That's not a problem. An octave to a fifth, that's okay. The bass goes to an E, and the alto goes to a B. Oh my gosh, that's a fifth. G to a D going to um, another fifth. That is a problem. That's our first parallel fifth, okay? Done. E going to a B, B going to a D, that's okay. That's a third. B to a D, D, T, a D, that's an octave, that's not a problem. Going to an E, going to a B, that's a fifth, but that came from an octave, that's okay. It goes to an octave, that's okay. F sharp to a B, F sharp to a D, that's fine. Now we go to the bass of the soprano. Bass is on a fifth, based on a B, that's on an F sharp. Then it goes to an F sharp to a C. Okay, this is a good one. B to an F sharp is a fifth. F sharp to C sharp is a fifth. This is a fifth by contrary motion. Mr. Nahar, what do you mean? Well, by contrary motion, it means that they move in the opposite directions. So that's a consecutive fifth by contrary motion. All right, now that goes to F sharp goes to a G, C goes to a B, G goes to an E, and the soprano leaps up and goes to an E. That normally is a sign. When the soprano leaps, normally you can say, oh my gosh, is that a direct fifth or a direct octave? It is not in this case because the bass is not moving the same direction. E, it's on an E, it goes to a B. It's on an E, it goes to a B. Uh-oh. That is what, everyone? Do you know? Do you know? Do you know? That is parallel octaves. Can't have parallel octaves. That's bad. Then B to a D, B to an A, D to an E, sorry, A to a G, that's a third. Soprano leaps up, bass moves in the same direction to cause a fifth. Okay. Whenever the soprano leaps, it's a good moment to say, I wonder if this is a direct. And a direct involves a leap in the soprano. Bass moves in the same direction. They do not have to start on a fifth or an octave like this doesn't. This starts on a third, E to a G. Moves in the same direction, lands on a C sharp. Bass moves in the same direction, lands on an F sharp. That is a direct fifth. Okay, since we've crossed everything out and you know my process, then you have to go through all the other voices and do the same thing. For example, I'll quickly do the alto against the soprano. Here's a third, there's a fifth, that's a sixth, that's okay. Oh, here's another problem. More than an octave between the soprano and the alto. That's a spacing error. That's a spacing error. Can't have that. So, and then we go on. This is a fifth, or this is a sixth. That's a fifth. That's a sixth. That's a fifth. That's a sixth. So you can have all of those things, but you can't have parallel fifths, parallel octaves. So the rule is this, folks. The rule is this. You need to, excuse me. Uh-oh. I think I did something wrong. All right. The first thing is you need to check every voice against every other voice. I'm sorry, that is sad, and I wish you didn't have to do that, and it takes a long time. But that's what you have to do. Now, when you get more competent at it, you can start looking at the whole score and maybe even listening to the score and saying, man, this doesn't sound right. Parallel fifths really stand out. Looking for leaps in the soprano, that's a helpful thing. Look for leaps in soprano. That's a dead giveaway for direct fifth or octaves. Okay. That's usually the dead giveaway. I hate to tell you. And I think you'll be fine after that. Good luck.